Hello.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Receipts Podcast.
Episode
282. We are back in the building, dressed like we are going to two completely different
places. Like completely different spaces.
Literally.
Universes, completely different spaces.
Literally.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey. I look like I work in the counter of perfumes and Selfridges. Because I've got a blazer.
Yeah, did you? Oh.
Yeah, my blazer's right
a
there.
black blazer as well?
Yeah.
Oh, you gave them office chic.
Madame, would you like to smell the YSL?
No. Actually, I'd rather not smell the YSL. Did you ever do beauty counter work?
No, I didn't. When I worked in Selfridges, I worked in menswear. Oh my God, heaven. I used to clean up them days.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
And I used to work in when I was temping, I was working in like bed sheets. That was dead. There was no man there.
Yeah.
But menswear, I worked. But I've never done beauty anywhere actually.
I would have loved to have done beauty counter work. No,
yeah, I feel like it's cute.
Yeah. I never did it. I feel like at the time it would have been really, really good fun.
Yeah.
Never got to do it. When I worked in H&M, I worked in women's wear, trendy department. That's the best department there is.
Trouser?
Trend.
Oh, trend. Okay, yeah.
And I think the trend department's still there. And then I got moved upstairs to kids wear. Which was so... At the time, it was just so boring.
Yeah.
I used to work in a branch in High Street, Kensington. And kids wear was upstairs, and it was just so dead. Every so often, you'd get like incredibly wealthy Arab people come, and when I say buy out the shop,
yeah, they do that in Primark as well.
couldn't. They used to buy out the bar.
No, scanning is long when people do them kind of
I
bulk
used
shopping.
to love working on Till.
Same. Tills was the best.
Tills was the best.
You're always busy,
and your time goes quicker. And also, they would tip as well. So I was like a young tip from them. They would tip, but the absolute worst bit about being on tips was giving people their VAT back, doing a VAT
Oh my
form.
God, and cashing up at the end of the day.
Anytime I had to do VAT.
No, that shit was so complicated. I don't think I ever really understood. A
manager had to come overlook.
Yeah,
every single time I was like,
single
there's something
time.
I've done wrong, just come and check.
Yeah, the manager would have to come override.
This is
every
too much.
single time.
Cashing up I kind of enjoyed.
No, it's not really a bit. Was this before or after you worked in the bank?
So when I worked in H&M first, we used to cash up there, and then I worked in the bank, and then obviously I had to cash up. And also H&M cash up was only ever if you did tills, if you were on tills that shift. But Santander was cashing up after every single. The worst part of cashing up was when you had some kind of stupid minus. And there was always someone with a minus or a plus, and then you have to go through all of the transactions you've done that you don't get home. You're not going home until you figure out.
Them books better balance.
There were times when the manager would be like, "Here, take $5, just put it in." Like, he was like, "I want to go home.
Please,
just take this money and put it in."
No, because what do you mean we're going through every single thing that happened to
because
and
someone
it's like
could have came in to put deposit money, but for some reason you did take it out of their account. You just used to confuse yourself. You didn't figure out what it is that you were doing. And like, there used to be so much human error. No, the amount of people that probably came and I probably just did some fuck shit on their account, and good luck to you, mem. And
now it's all like AI doing everything now, basically.
I haven't been to a branch in a long time.
A lot of them have closed down.
The last time I went to a bank branch, I tried to pay money and apparently they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, you can't pay cash over.
Yeah, I was just like, sorry, what?
You can't deposit cash. We're heading towards a cashless society.
Yeah.
Like you can't really pay, get on the bus and pay cash either.
You can't. Sorry, why were you on a bus?
I get on the bus regularly, you know.
Do you?
The other day I was on the phone and I was on the bus and my friend was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, 1 second, I'm just getting off the bus." And he was like, "What are you doing on the bus?" And I was like, "I get the bus regularly." Because where I live, sometimes it's just easier than parking because the bus stops right outside my house.
Yeah.
And then right outside where I need to go. And it just saves all the ag of having to find parking and get do you know what I mean? So it's just easier. So yeah,
I think any bus journey, I walk it. Any journey, because I don't say a longer bus journey. I don't do long bus journeys. So any journey that's like a bus worthy, I'm just like, I'll just walk it. No. But also I'll do a 40-minute walk and be fine with that.
I would not do that if it's not summertime.
Yeah, that get just easier to walk. Where were we?
No, we're
cashless
about
society.
Yeah, the branches, a lot of them have gone. A lot of post offices are going now as well.
Which is very sad.
Which is really sad because how the hell are we supposed to do our returns? And
how am I meant to carry on doing my business and selling clothes?
That's the
There's
thing.
no post
Exactly.
box.
Like I live near a very prominent historical post office. Yeah. And that's going.
Wow.
And it starts off by them just sealing up the post box. And I was like, why have they sealed up the postbox? And then the woman was like, I didn't tell you. You don't know. We're leaving. We're moving. I'm just like, what? This is so close. Like when I do want to do my returns, when I want to like.
What I feel bad for is the people in a lot of those kind of places, the bank, the post office, is people who have worked there for
donkeys.
Ages. People will tell you that, I've been at this branch for 30. That's what I think is actually bang out of order, because these people have been here for so long, and those are the people that lose their jobs.
Exactly.
And that's why I actually think it's bang out of order. Oh, PSA, if you are watching this, my skin is going to look fucked up because I've had a chemical pill.
But the skin that's coming through is really glowing.
It is, right? It feels really nice and soft as well, but it feels disgusting.
Do you not feel tempted to just peel? Does it hurt?
It is the most tempting thing ever, but they tell you do not.
Oh, really?
You will damage your skin to some.
Yeah.
Okay, because I should take it. When I woke up this morning, there was just like flake, because it's like peels.
I love peeling.
Exactly.
Oh, it's like PVA.
I love anything that comes out of my body.
Same.
It's just it's not love, it's curiosity.
Yeah, I like digging and peeling.
Yes. So when they're like, so you have like dangles of like skin, but all you have to do is just cut it off with the scissors. Yeah. So I cut it off, and then I cut it and I put it in a bit of tissue, and I just like play with it.
Yeah,
because
it's
like
pull it
skin.
apart.
Yeah. Just like, what does the skin
I love
do?
like that.
If I had a microscope, I would put a microscope in it and be like,
I want to see the little particles.
I am fascinated by anything that comes out of my body.
So it's just dead skin, basically.
It's just dead skin.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a layer of dead skin that's falling off, and it's just like rejuvenating or whatever itself. But I do find it, but it's disgusting. I wake up and it's like dead skin all over my pillowcases, because during the night it's just kind of. It has made me realise, because I don't actually have this bad habit anymore, right? But when I was a lot younger, I used to not take off my makeup if I went to sleep. Like, if I'd gone clubbing or something, I would just be like, I will deal with that in the morning. Sleep.
I will tackle that in the morning.
It got to the point that I was like, I was more concerned about like staying in my bed sheet. That what I started doing, I started putting a t-shirt over my pillowcase. Instead of washing my face, I'd put a t-shirt over my pillowcase and then go to sleep. Obviously, I knew more about beauty, started working in the beauty industry, and I was like, that's disgusting, don't do that. But my excuse used to always be, how does my skin know I'm sleeping? I used to be like, I do what I want.
I could just be awake.
Like, how does my skin know? Because sometimes I just stay up.
Yeah.
So how does my skin know I'm sleeping? But anytime I do a pill, like, your skin does know you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Because I realized that during the day, it doesn't shed as much. But at night time, that's when I wake up. And I was like, so your skin is very aware that you are sleeping.
Yeah, because in the day, we're moving our facial muscles, we're talking, we're being expressive. When you're sleeping, like, your whole body's asleep, including the skin.
That's what I used to always say. Like, how does my skin know I'm sleeping?
Yeah.
How does it know it's bedtime?
Be awake all day.
So it doesn't matter. But I will say I've been washing my face for a very long time.
But I also have a theory though. I feel like back then we used to get that hammered. I feel like now when we go out, we wouldn't get hammered to the point where like you don't have energy to take off your makeup.
Audrey, the way I used to be hammered,
same. It was disgusting.
I have woken up in 4 outfits, including shoe. Like, I have woken up. And it's one of those sleeps that like, I naturally don't really move around when I sleep. I can stay in one corner the whole night. You sense the bed with me, and I will not. I don't know why I'm so still when I sleep, and I will not move. But when I am drunk, I don't. In fact, come and check on me consistently, because I am so still. Like, I've like just dropped into bed, like body on the floor, like my legs on the floor, body on the bed, and I woke up like that the next day.
Yeah,
in a full outfit.
I've done that as well. It's actually disgusting the way I used to act. Like, I'd be out, like I would have vomited in the street, and then I'll just come home and get in my bed. Yeah. You feel I'm not gonna lie and be like, and I'll come home and shower and wash my. No, I don't do that. Back in the day when I was a proper caner, oh my God, that's exactly how I would behave. Like, I remember there was one time I had taken the night bus. That's how down bad I was.
Bus N15 from Central to Ilford.
25 for me to Ilford, and then I'd get a cab from there. Yeah.
And I used to try to get closer to make the cab cheaper.
Exactly. It's closest to home you can get. From Ilford to my house back in the day, it was like £8.60 or some shit. And I had thrown up on that bus. I'd thrown up on the 25, got to Ilford, got in a cab, and then get in my bed and just sleep and not give a shit. And just be like, yeah, whatever. And then during the night, if I did get up, I was get up to go throw up some more. Literally. And you know when you're so drunk, sometimes you come home and you think, oh, actually, I can try to take off my clothes and do whatever, then this room starts spinning. You know when the room starts spinning, you're like, no. I need to sit. I need to lie down. And then as I'm lying down, I'm hearing music. And it's like my head is like thumping. It's like, oh, no. And it's just the room is just spinning and you just feel so dizzy. That kind of drunkenness was, and it was mad because I'd wake up the next day for a long time and not feel and be fine until my 27th birthday. Oh, yeah. I woke up and it was like, do you mean your head is heavy?
When they say heavy is the head of the drunkard. My head was so heavy to lift off my pillow. And that's when you know that hangover is bad. When you open your eyes, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. And the room's still low-key
and then you try to go back to sleep. You're like, no. If I go back to sleep, this pain will go away.
And the nausea will go away.
And it just doesn't. And your head is banging. When I say hangovers are not worth it for me now, that's why I don't drink like that anymore. They don't work it for me. Like,
never. I cannot in my life feel like that again.
If I got really drunk on a Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I'm
actually curtains. Like, you have to just. I need 3 days to recuperate. Like, it's just awful. Like, it is just awful. It's the nausea and the sick feeling. Like, that is the worst
amount of times
thing.
I'll be sat on the toilet floor at my mother's home, cradling the toilet as I just kept vomiting.
Yep, used to do that at my mum's house, which is mental. But yeah, man.
And I'll tell my mum, no, I'm just sick. I'm just fine. I'm just sick, Mum. I think I ate something funny because I'm not telling her I was a drunkard.
Oh my God, I ate something funny, yeah.
I just ate
Food
something funny.
was always
what was the reason? I think I ate something funny.
100%.
And it was mad. This is so disgusting. And you're sick sometimes, you'd see what you ate.
Oh. Yeah, if you had like a kebab or
I'll never forget a sick. So this is disgusting. And do you know, it was a time of like, do you remember the time when we used to back them like creamy strawberry shots?
I still like them.
Of course
strawberry
you do.
tequila.
Yeah.
I love a strawberry
it's
tequila.
It's like a milkshake.
Tastes like milkshake.
Yeah, but in the shop, we used to bang them out. And I remember throwing up and it was pink and it had rice bits in it. Sorry, that's so disgusting. But I remember that vomit.
But I can also imagine.
It wasn't the end of the night. I think I vomited. I went back to the party. No, I'm disgusted.
We used to move so sloppy back in them days, boy.
Because why not vomit and go home? No, I wouldn't vomit and go back to the party. I'm not missing out.
I would easily, and you'd tell yourself, I feel so much better.
I can drink some more now. Let's get the fucking party going. No,
that was actually a mad way to live life.
It's not healthy.
But it was a time.
And do you know the young ones are not drinking anymore,
I know. They're wearing blazers and aloe or whatever to the club.
They're very health conscious. Like the night scene is done because they're not really like doing it anymore. They're definitely not drinking as much as we were.
Maybe the northern girlies are still.
No, apparently even universally, not even just like universally, they're like Gen X or Gen Z, whatever they are not drinking. Which is good. Like,
it is good because binge drinking is very unnecessary.
Yeah. And also every generation is going to find new ways to damage themselves. We had binge drinking. You lot are going to have the internet that's going to fuck you over. True. And like...
And the GL1 thingies.
Yeah.
Which no one's really talking about those anymore.
Do you know what it is messing them over? There was have you heard of looksmaxing?
No, what's that?
So looksmaxing is, do you know beauty?
I've heard of transmaxing.
What's transmaxing?
Transmaxing is basically, it's like this theory that some of the incels that are really, really deep in it have actually, they're so like down bad and they're so like convinced that the world hates them as men that there's like people in the the black market of that world, like the pits of hell, like the cesspit of the internet, convincing them that the only way that you can beat this is to become a woman. So these people might not inherently feel trans or never had those sort of feelings or never, they've never ever had those desires, but they get convinced
that to be fairly treated in the world.
Exactly. If you want the treatment, you basically have to become a woman. So I've heard of that.
So looksmaxing is also from the incel workspace. Right. And the idea with it is that like, because women don't lead men anymore and don't like men anymore and blah, 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 that the right thing for them to do, don't need them for money, don't need them, that the only thing they can do now to get the girls is to be as attractive as possible. So to be the Chads of the world. And I'm talking not even just work out and eat well. No, they're like chiseling their jaw to try to get things like they're getting surgery. They're on every drug possible. They are like going insane just to make sure they look the best. So even like the idea of Beauty, the TV show we're both watching.
I was literally going to talk about that after.
It's like that could become... That's what it is basically, but obviously without an injection. Yeah. But they doing I'm talking everything. I'm like, as in taking jaw to their faces to make their jawline a bit thingy. So they're doing everything possible to be good looking because they're as convinced that that's the way to get women. That's the way to be the best version of a man if you're just good looking. And it's interesting because it's like, women have been doing this for a very long time. It might not be called looksmaxing, but women have also been convinced that like just try to be as best looking as you can sort of thing. And maybe it hasn't gone to this, I say that, it has been this extreme.
Yeah, it has.
It just wasn't named.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's so normalised now that we don't see it as extreme.
Yeah, women have been doing that for ages. Like
forever.
They've told you to be the best looking that you can, and that's when you're gonna get the men. That's when you're gonna get the good things in life if you are good looking.
Because surgery is not normal, it's become normalized. It's not normal. Do you remember, like back in the days, in like the 80s and the 90s and stuff, and noughties, only the rich and famous had plastic surgery. But now it's very much accessible to everybody. You have all of these like surgeries and all of these clinics and stuff like that they're readily available.
That's why I think even the trend now within the celebrity culture, within rich people, it's not that anymore.
Yep,
it's now being toned and sculptured and being like, so their exclusivity now is fitness. They're like, okay, cool, you lot can just, and that's why they must be fuming that we can get injections to make us skinny now, because it's like, okay, cool, everybody can get skinny. But what you can't do is you actually have to work to be toned.
Yep, exactly.
Like if you think about the Laurie Harveys and Tiana Taylors, their tone structure is crazy. So there has to be a new thing that becomes unobtainable.
Exactly.
And that's what it is now. And not some of them, it is because they work hard. Some of them are getting like ribs removed. Some of them are getting.
Some of them are getting exclusive things. That are not. They're not available to us yet. And then it's like once it becomes available to the average woman, then suddenly something else becomes unattainable and all the rest of it. And it's just a perpetual cycle of things that are just unattainable. Like, do you know what I mean? It's such a trap. But everything you were saying is because I've probably been watching The Beauty, and I never thought I'd be into it, but I am so into it. Like I think it's so good. Like I'm really enjoying it, and it just made me think because basically the premise of the show is that there is this drug that is invented, and it basically can completely transform your DNA. So every single thing about you is perfection. So in the episode that I'm on, sorry if it's a spoiler, the episode that I'm on, there's like you see different people and their different journeys of how they ended up here. So some people are like 70, 80, but they literally look 25 or whatever because they've taken this drug.
And they want to just be young again.
Right, exactly. They want to be young and beautiful, but there's also like a black market version like that has been like a duplicate or whatever, it's been mutated, and people are taking that, and then it's caused this like disease that is making people like explode, like literally implode and die. So they're just trying to get to the bottom of it. But the episode that I'm on, and it's actually really sad, it's about this family, and they have a severely disabled daughter, and they basically have to decide whether they want to take the drug to make not only their daughter like able-bodied and not have this disease, but they also take it for themselves and they can be young and beautiful as well. And it's just mad. So I was thinking, like, what percentage of people do you think would actually take that?
Would you take it?
No, no, wait a minute, hold up now.
Hold up.
It depends on the variations. Like, based off of the show, like, no, definitely not, because after 2.5 years, they're all imploding.
Yeah.
And then their guts are flying out
everywhere.
You won't
implode, but there is an injection that will make you the most beautiful version of you.
And the thing is, the reason why I kind of like that drug is because it doesn't play around with mortality. Like, you can still die.
You still die. Yeah.
You can still die and all the rest of it. Because I don't know about like wanting to live forever and all of that. I don't really necessarily have that desire. But to be the best looking version of myself, I don't think I would put my body through that because it's attainable without it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think that when it comes to matters of beauty,
are we going to attain it?
I'm just pure lazy. I'm just really lazy. If there was a drug to make me not lazy to work for it, then maybe I would do that. But I just wouldn't. Like, when it comes to like my body and stuff like that, I don't know about, I'd be too paranoid about side effects. Like, if something sounds too good to be true, 9 times out of 10, it probably is.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the guinea pig. And by the time, 25 years later, by the time we've seen if there's any side effects, I wouldn't be worth me taking it. But I don't think I would.
I know I wouldn't.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would. Like, I would do a lot of mad things, but I just wouldn't want to play around with my health and my body like that for vanity. That feels embarrassing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I guess with that as well, it gives you the perfect DNA. So you'll never get sick. You won't age. You'll look like the best, most beautiful version of yourself.
But I can't lie. That not getting sick, all of that. That one I can take that injection. I can't lie.
Never ever get sick.
Yeah, maybe I will take it.
No damaged cells.
Actually,
I will take it.
There's
no chance of getting any kind of like sickness, disease, conditions, nothing. You'd have the perfect DNA. That one, I might be open to it. Me and all my family can take it.
Yeah.
But the just purely for vanity, nah.
And I think, like, all jokes aside, right, we definitely take health, like, we think it's a given. It's not until you're sick that you realise even like a simple cold and a blocked nose can make me think, oh my gosh, you mean there was a time I could breathe through both of these nostrils and now I'm unable to. And that's a cold.
Exactly, and you really deep it as well, you know.
Like I would just
when
sit
you
there
can't
like,
breathe, you're just like, no. At one point, I was just breathing, and I was taking it for granted.
I didn't thank God that I was breathing. I was just, in fact, I was over breathing. I was just
using
everywhere,
up
just
good air.
using up air. And now I can't do it,
Yeah.
and I'm doing it through my mouth, and it's so irritating.
I hate having a blocked. Like, there's actually nothing.
There is.
No, sore throat. Sore throat is up there with my worst things.
No, a cough is one of my worst things.
No, cough, yeah, because that's actually embarrassing.
And it's also when you want to sleep. You couldn't have coughed all day. As soon as you lie down to sleep.
Or when you're on the train.
Oh my God.
As soon as you get on the train, all of a sudden fits. But I feel that's a psychological thing.
Of course, we're talking about petty illnesses here. We know there's
of course,
worse
of course.
Please, before someone says actually. The
petty ones, coughing is so embarrassing. Like, there's been so many times where I felt like a fit coming on and I've just gotten off at a stop that's not mine. And then I'll go to the back of the back of the platform and go stand in the corner and just.
The embarrassing thing is trying to hold a cough.
Oh my God.
Because your eyes start watering.
Have you seen that meme of that white boy and he's up? And people use it all the time for like when you're trying to hold things in or whatever. And he's got all the veins are popping out of his head and he's like. That's literally what it's like when you're trying to hold in a cough.
There's the funniest video I saw of this girl. She recorded like a FaceTime between her and her dad, and she thought I was already like overwhelmed before I got this, and it's her dad playing some instrument. And then he gets into a coffin.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
And he's trying to hold it.
I've seen that.
I was already overstimulated.
And now I'm receiving this video.
Do you think we're ever the right level of anything? We're either overstimulated, overwhelmed, we are never the right level of stimulated. We are never, everything is over.
Yeah, it's definitely, everything is over because of the world we live in, 100%. But maybe back in the day.
Nothing is, I have not felt regulated or rightly stimulated or whelmed. I've not been whelmed in a very long time. When was the last time you were whelmed?
If you're sleeping good, then you're probably going to get a cold soon. If you haven't got a cold, then there's just, your brain is just it's overloaded with information. I think right now we're in the stage of over everything.
Yeah, I mean, I say that we're recording this today and it's like the weather is nice and honestly...
It's such a gorgeous, glorious day.
Life actually feels worth living.
It makes such a difference.
It makes me realise that if I lived in a different climate, I'd actually be so much happier.
Yeah, it's definitely the climate. It just makes such a difference. Like, it just makes you want to smile more.
I woke up with a spring in my step. I went for my walk this morning, people were saying hi. Are you all right? I'm like, hi.
Yeah,
oh my God.
the vibes in London are just different when the weather's nice. It's brighter, the day lasts longer, you feel like you can do more.
Life is worth living.
Life is definitely worth living when the weather is
so
nice.
much so I was listening to Chingy right there on the way here.
Oh, I feel sorry for Chingy.
What happened to fucking Chingy?
So basically, like,
it's a fucking sad story with you.
I know, I'm so sorry.
What's happened
I've always got to be the bearer of bad news. No, to be fair, he's alive and well and thrive. Well, I don't know about the thriving part, but he's alive and well. But do you remember? So to be fair, I say that to say he wasn't exactly popping anyway. But basically, he kind of got cancelled for a bit of a mad reason because Sydney Starr, the famous trans girl.
Yes.
She made up a rumor that they were like dating or something, and then people just cancelled him, which speaks more about society.
Yeah.
Because that should never have been a cancelable offence anyway. But it just was. But it was a straight up lie. And then she later came out and just said that she made it up because they took she took a picture. They took a picture and he was just like, I don't give a fuck whether you're trans or not. I don't care. Like if you're a fan or I meet you or whatever and you want a picture. So he took the picture and they were up close and personal. And then she kind of like posted it online and said that they were like together and all the rest of it.
No, people can just lie and get. You can
make
actually say
up.
anything on the internet, and this reminds me of this girl. So when Emily in Paris came out, I think it was like season 2 or 3, right? When it was like, I mean, to be fair, I still watch every season of it. It's one of the worst shows ever, but I will watch it every single time, right?
Yeah.
And when it first came out, I think it was like season 2 or 3, when it was at its heights or whatever. This girl. This Asian girl, and I say Asian because it's important to the story, the South Asian tweeted to me like, what's so funny is that the Emily in Paris was actually based on a South Asian girl, but they took the rights to it and changed the story completely.
Which sounds like it could be believable.
Yes. And then she said that she was the person that wrote it. When she pitched it to Netflix, they said no, and then now they've taken her whole idea and made it about a white woman who's in Paris, but that was never the story. She lied. Like, she just made that. And I remember seeing that tweet when it happened because it was doing the numbers. The people were like, yeah, this ain't right, blah, 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 blah. And I saw an interview of her recently. She was like, yeah, she lied. She's
Just for clout.
she's and the lie went so far that they changed the creator on Wikipedia to her name.
Oh my God.
And the person whose it is like, yo, this is not
this is not
true. I think the person wrote to her, and if she had like newspapers messaging her to be like, hey, do you want to have an article on this? Like, would you talk about it? She was like, I just made it up. And someone who like likes to lie every so often, and then I say that like I only lie to Uber drivers.
Yeah, telling them stories
because that's fun. But like, just say that lie, and the lie will travel far. What is your Charlemagne's quote again?
Oh, no one cares about the truth when the lie's more entertaining.
I know, I meant about the traveling around the world one.
Oh, the truth, the truth gets around quicker. No, a lie gets around quicker than the truth has a chance to put its shoes on.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah. Because that lie went, I believed it. I was like, well, of course it happened.
Yeah, no one cares. Like, even back in the day in newspapers and stuff like that, they used to write the most atrocious stories, and then they would have like these retractions on page 66 at the back in a tiny little column that no one's going to read.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then someone will be fighting for their life talking about, they retracted it. And it's just like, I'm sorry, buddy, we didn't see
that.
Or
it's when newspaper says from a source. Do you know I can wake up and say whatever I'm saying from a source?
Yeah, no, literally.
Ain't a source anywhere, but hey, I just felt like saying from a source, innit? Because I wanted to. Now what?
Yep.
No, there needs to be repercussions for people's lives.
There actually needs to. Like, you can't just come online and just make up a wild story, just hoping that it will kind of like fast track you to get to where you want to get to. Because I don't know, I'm sure no one remembers that girl's name. So was it really worth it? Do you know what I mean?
And she was like laughing. She was like, I did it as a joke. Like I lied, haha. Like as in. But then like the next day to be like, guys, just kidding. No, she let it go on for ages.
Yeah, she knew what she was trying to do. She was trying to get some actual, I don't know what she was trying to do, but that is a mad thing to lie about.
Yeah. What's the biggest lie you've told? I haven't lied like bigly in a while.
Mine tends to just be white.
Yeah, I think I just say little white lies. Like, oh, I was late.
Yeah.
But I've even stopped lying about being late,
Yeah, like, no. I mean, when I first met Nick, I told him that I had asthma.
You're such an attention seeker.
Yeah, because I had a cough. I had a
you could have just had a cough.
I had a really, really bad cough, and he came to my house and we just like sat in the car.
Yeah.
And we would but I couldn't stop coughing. I was so embarrassed. Like and it was just a cough. And so I was like,
and these were before COVID. You was allowed to cough before COVID.
I know. And I was like, I've got asthma. And then he was like, and I was like, let me go get my inhaler. So I went and got my brother's inhaler because my brother actually had asthma.
You are going to commit to a lie, aren't you?
And I came and bought it out, and I had no idea how to use it. I was just using my brother's good puffs.
I used to wish I had asthma though when I was younger. I know it sounds dumb, but I wanted to so desperately. I don't think you understand. My life depended on me going.
That was the equivalent of being a smoker or something.
Yeah, or a vape. Do you know what?
Or a vape.
Do you know what you do with vapes now? That's what the guys with asthma used to do.
You'll just be talking and you'll just be trying to just
out
of nowhere.
I used to be so jealous.
Same.
I used to be really jealous of really weird things when I was younger. Like I remember really wanting an allergy and lying that I was allergic to vinegar. But I'm not actually allergic to anything. But I used to lie that I was allergic to vinegar. And also, let me tell you how weird I used to be. I used to be jealous of the kid who got nosebleeds.
Yeah, because they got a lot of attention though.
Yeah, because what do you mean you're just standing there and blood is coming from your nose?
I used to get nosebleeds all the time.
You're lying.
I
have never had a nosebleed in my life. And I will remember we'll just be in school and be like, Miss.
Yeah.
And then you have to stop. I was bleeding.
and
then I put the neck back with tissue. And I used to be like, why can't that be me? Why can't I put my head back with tissue? I wanted a nosebleed so desperately, and I have no idea why.
Oh, no.
It wasn't an attention thing.
No, it was because in school everyone would proper hype the person that had it, and everyone would be gathering around. They'll just be. But do you know what else is kind of like? I don't know if people still get this. Like people don't crack their heads open anymore.
Yeah,
I feel like in school people used to crack. Like people used to crack their head open, which is, I guess, it was just a grade
just
there.
For fun. Yeah, they'll have
and
a thing
be like,
here.
so and so's cracks their head open. Like I feel like people don't crack their head open enough anymore. Like that was such a thing in my school back in the day. But nosebleeds, braces, glasses,
because you just be in class,
asthma.
you just see a blood drop on someone on white paper.
Literally,
you're like,
oh my god, miss. But nosebleeds are so mad. I don't know what causes them.
What caused it?
I've got no idea, but I used to get them all the time. Like literally, I'll just be sitting there and then suddenly I'll just see blood dripping.
That's crazy.
Just blood just dripping out
When did it stop?
nowhere.
I'm going to research what causes a nosebleed.
Yeah.
What age did it stop for you?
I don't know. I want to say like 12, like 11, 12. I don't remember getting them into my preteens, but I remember like before then I would get them regularly. And I remember one time I had a period when I was like 8. Like literally, I know now it was a period, but one time I was in Brent Cross Shopping Centre with my whole family. I will never forget. We were at the lift and blood just started pouring down my leg. Oh, for no reason. I had no idea what it was. There was no pain. It was just blood, just pouring from down there. And now I look back and I realise it probably was some sort of mini period, because you know babies get them as well.
Do they?
Like when you have a baby, when you have a daughter, they tell you that the baby can have a baby period.
Oh, really?
So like if you see blood in their nappy and you know it happens for like a couple of days, don't be alarmed, because it's probably just the baby period.
I will be alarmed.
Yeah,
I don't care if they told me yesterday I'm coming to the hospital tomorrow.
No, literally.
Blood.
Yeah, blood in their nappy.
Yeah,
it's a baby.
I'll be alarmed.
It's a baby period. Yeah.
My first period, I fainted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, because of the shock or because
I was in secondary school. Oh. No, primary school. So I was in like year 5 and my period came and my whole body was just like, I fainted to a glass door.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I had to be taken to hospital and it was like, oh yeah, you started your period.
Oh my God.
So I was like, oh, fun.
Yeah, man.
And that's when I just used to start, that's the start of my fainting. I think I fainted in school a couple of times. That used to be cool.
Yeah,
get attention for fainting.
Will get that
was cool. Yeah.
And then there's your friend that knows what's going on, and they're just like, she doesn't want to talk right now. Yeah. She doesn't want to talk. Like she'll tell you later.
Yeah, I can't talk about it. Having a secret in school made you feel like you were part of the MI5, right?
When you knew T,
oh my God, the actual best, and you were the only one that knew what's going on with your friend. She actually just told me not to tell anybody actually, and then I'll call her close friends and be like, oh, I think you said this.
Yeah, exactly.
I miss the fun days. I don't actually miss it, to be fair.
No, I
look back and think like cute.
I could do without it. I liked uni more. I have like the best memories from uni. But, yeah.
I didn't utilise my uni time well enough.
Oh, did you actually go there to get educated?
Yeah. I went there to get educated and also I had a boyfriend the whole time. So it wasn't even... Yeah, I actually genuinely went to uni to get educated.
I didn't do shit in uni.
Oh my God, I worked my arse off.
No,
even when they were telling me first year, they was like, it doesn't matter, it's only 40%. I said, yeah, to you.
Yeah, exactly.
This is my future.
Yeah, every penny counts. No,
this is my future.
No, my uni experience was a free-for-all.
No, and my mum, remember I told you that my mum was like, don't join any cults. And then I thought ACS was a cult. So
I didn't even go ACS.
So I used to go to their parties, I just never joined them.
I joined. I was fully a member.
I'm sure you were secretary.
Do you know what? I wish I could go back and actually have a job and have a role.
Were you just there?
But I was just there. It was shits and gigs for me. I loved it. That's where all the men were. Like anywhere where the men were, I was there. That's why everyone thought I was a whore in uni. Fair. But I actually wasn't. That much of a whore.
Why? I actually wasn't, and then you laughed. It's okay. Claim who you were.
I wasn't that much of a whore. But the people them at uni, some of the girls, they did not like me, boy. This episode is sponsored by Nivea Soft, the iconic moisturising cream for face, body and hands.
I love Nivea Soft. I've been using it for years. It's such a reliable product.
It's one of those products that's really earned its place in your routine. No fuss whatsoever. And you can keep one in your gym bag, in your handbag and on your desk.
And I love Nivea Soft because it absorbs so quickly. Like you don't have to wait around for it to dry. It's not greasy, it's not sticky. Like your skin is hydrated, it's comfortable. You can just like get on with your day.
And it's one of those multi-purpose products that are great because it's light enough for your face, but rich enough for your hands and your body. There's no fuss and you just don't have to stress out too much about your routine.
And honestly, there's nothing I want complicated about my routine. Nivea Soft is simple, it's effective, and it's affordable, which is great. There is no wonder it's been trusted for generations and generations to come.
So discover Nivea Soft, your go-to moisturising essential, available at Tesco.
Do you know, okay, you said something that I want to talk about. Do you know that attitude that some girls had like growing up, like the South girls or the East London girls, or just like girls who were like bad and who were bad on the road or whatever? I realised what's wrong with the hairdressing industry. They're the ones that now had doing hair.
Yeah.
And that's why they treat us like shit, because they're used to being bad. If you're used to being bad and everyone respecting you, now if you have a shop or you're providing a service, you can't understand why the customers work. Because they're still thinking, am I a dickhead? It's me.
They're still hanging on to like the power
because I'm
that they
bad.
had
They're still that South London rude girl, that East London rude girl. They still have that. So they think they can take that into a customer service job.
No, you actually can't.
You have to humble yourself here because you're providing a service.
Exactly. If you still have that mindset, you probably shouldn't be dealing with people.
I promise you that's what the issue is.
Yeah, because that pipeline actually makes a lot of sense because happy-go-lucky, pleasant people.
They're little rude, you know the girls. Yeah. And because that's why they can't give good customer service because they're still used to being bad.
No, I remember during COVID when Ashley Louise was running those spaces. Oh my God. And she had like the hairdresser from hell or whatever. There was one hairdresser and everyone was like flogging her, like saying all these stories about how bad the service was, how rude she was, blah, blah, blah. Don't trust and believe she came up on that stage and she was like, yeah, and what? I don't fucking give a fuck what any of you bitches think.
That's the girl that's like being a London. Do you know that typical London girl attitude?
She just did not give two hecks. But listen.
I mean, I like them. I fuck with those girls heavy. I'm a little bit scared of them, but I just don't think they should do customer service roles.
No, definitely not.
Because they see everything as disrespect.
Exactly. I like the customer service. I like the girlies who are just eager to please. I feel like you have to have that in you.
Yeah.
If you want to be dealing with people, especially people on their big occasions, you can't have that attitude when people are paying you for a service. Like you just cannot. But they do. But you shouldn't.
They can.
But it's just mad.
No, they can.
It is just mad.
And there's ever so often I have an attitude problem, and I'm like, wow, I know why they say London girls are rude. Yeah. Because when I've got an attitude problem, well, I'll sleep with my arms crossed. That's how vexed I am. I go to sleep like this. So sometimes I get why they say us London girls are nasty rudeness. Yeah.
But the girls from like the Midlands and up north, they say it all the time.
That we're nasty and rude.
Yeah, they say that just like in general. Like girls from London are just so rude and the vibes are just different and all the rest of it.
We're just fighting for, it's not necessarily rudeness. We're fighting for our lives, man. There's so much going on that we're just, we're fighting for our lives.
Like if you see someone on the train and this girl did this video on it and it was so like, it just made so much sense. And she was basically saying like, listen, girls from London are not rude. We've just had a long day of performing in the office and having to like, so now you're finally on the tube and you can just wear the expression on your face that you want to wear.
Right,
You've been faking it all day. You've been code switching all day. You've been adapting all day. You've been performative all day. God forbid you're on your way home and you don't have to fucking be performative anymore. And now here someone comes talking about London girls are rude.
And I think the worst thing they told us as Londoners, I don't know if maybe this goes to the UK as a whole. Maybe I will say it's the UK as a whole. They told us it was bad to be a beg.
Yeah.
They told us one of the worst things you can do is be a beg. And I don't think we don't understand how fundamentally that has held us back as a people.
Yeah.
It has held us back in supporting people. It's held us back in how people, even our musicians, how we rate them. It's held back how we support our creators. It's held us back how we do so much because we're like, but I'm not a beg though. People don't want to say they enjoyed something because they don't want to be seen as a beg.
No, the roundabout ways people from London go about saying something, you know.
Wow.
They'll say anything but the person's name. Sometimes it'll just be like, man was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Who's the man?
You're doing all right.
Just like say his name.
But
like,
you see when people come to support, yeah. Like, what, you lot are doing all right still. Sorry, is it by force?
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, to be a fan doesn't mean you're a beg.
Not at
There's
all.
so many people and things that I'm fans of, and it's not like, but because they told us that beg thing.
Yeah, nobody wants that label.
And I get it. It takes a lot of unlearning because sometimes I would want to be like, and they're like, wait, if you think I'm a beg.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. I overdo it sometimes, like even with people that I'm not even a fan of. if I see you and I recognize you, I just get so excited. Like, and I'm just like, and depending, so I feel like you have to read the room because sometimes people look like they don't want to be approached.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But if I'm faced with a situation where I can just literally be like, oh my God, you were on that show and I love that show, or oh my God, you do this podcast and I love your podcast. One time I was in Sainsbury's and I saw this girl and she's got a massive following on TikTok and she comes up on my like For You page or whatever all the time and she just does so well. Like people like love her videos or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, you're that girl from TikTok.
I'm sure she loves that.
She was like, yeah, babe, thank you. Like she was like proper humble. And then her mum, because she was with her mum and her mum was like, like her mum was so proud.
I love when I get to people do that in front of their mums. Their mums like,
I proper did it, but I was like, oh my God, you're that girl from TikTok. I was like, I love your videos. And she was like, thank you, Queen. And I was like, and I was like, do you know me?
I do this, you know.
No. I didn't say it, but I was waiting. I was like,
come on. And then you say, oh, I like you as well.
And then she was like, oh, your daughter's so cute. And I was like, thanks.
No, but
me.
My ting.
Like, I was like, I'm someone.
Clock me, my ting.
No, it was hilarious. But she's the kind of person I know for a fact she ain't got the foggiest.
No. My mum's always excited when people clock me in front
Same.
of her. Oh my gosh.
My mum loves it here.
Loves it. In fact, before you ask her, I'm her mother.
Exactly.
Okay,
No, my mum.
Okay, mum.
My mum loves it so much. Yeah, literally. When my vlog, yeah, my mum was like, oh, I need to, because I showed her like before I posted the first one.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, like she was all excited because she's in it.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I've got to go home and see me on the vlog.
No, I think
she was like, I need to watch myself dancing. And I know
she's definitely
all those views, most of them are her.
No.
Rewinding
She absolutely
and
loves
watching it, watching herself back. She lives
and I think my mum
loves
sees
it
it as she's on telly. And that sounds really weird because she's like,
yeah,
I'm on telly.
Yeah, 100%. My mum loves, and I know she sent it to all her friends. Oh my God, my mum called me the other day and she gave me the annual friendship tea.
What's going? Them man, that when I hear it, I was like, at you lot's big age, you lot still have friend problems.
My mum is gonna be 60 this year, and she was just telling me about a couple of her girlfriends that she's had to drop out, and she said that one friend, like one auntie in particular, I was like, oh my God, like I didn't know that you weren't cool with her anymore. I just know this auntie as being one of her oldest friends, like, and she was just like, yeah, I've realised that, like, I think she's very jealous of me.
At 60, no, when does it end? No, it's not. No, Audrey, we should be so worried.
I don't think it does.
Does it mean it never ends?
I don't think it does. My mum is going to be 60.
But my mum's 65 and must still have friend issues.
Yeah,
At
like,
65, when does it end?
I don't think it ever ends. And she was basically saying that, first of all, she doesn't like the fact that she doesn't respect her time. That's the number one thing.
Fair.
And she said, because my mum, she's like me, like she's very punctual, always going to be early. And like they still do that thing, yeah, in their communities where they pick each other up.
Yes, they do.
Do you know what I mean? They proper like my mum will go to a party and someone that she doesn't even know, they're like, oh, if you're going in the direction, you can get in the car and go together.
When you used to go clubbing back in the day, did you used to get in the car with random people?
Yes.
Oh my God.
All the time. If you're heading anywhere near my house,
I'm going east, I'm
jumping in and I would jump out
God
somewhere.
Has protected me. I have been in cars with random men.
Same.
And also random people who I'm like, I don't even know if they're drunk or not.
Exactly.
But they're like, yeah, I'm going east.
Exactly.
So I'm going east. I'm like, yeah, cool,
and you're jumping in on your ones, everything.
That's
anything
crazy.
But pay for the cab. Right? And so my mum does that. So my mum is often the driver, like she's one of the few drivers or whatever.
My mum used to make me do that to her friends.
Yeah, like dropping people here and there. So my mum was just talking about this friend and she was basically saying that she doesn't respect her time. And at first it was kind of funny or whatever. But then she was like, no, this is actually disrespectful because they're supposed to be going somewhere and like, for example, the auntie will be like, get to my house. Mind you, my mum's the one driving and picking her up. Because they go to each other's houses and pick each other. We just like, meet me somewhere. Meet me somewhere. Exactly, meet me and I'll come get you on route or what have you, or come halfway, whatever the case may be. But my mum's like, I'm gonna go to each other's houses. So my mum's like, yeah, be ready for this time. She gets there and then this auntie is not ready at the time and then makes my mum wait like an hour and a half and then finally comes downstairs in her good sweet time. But she said that it wasn't, if it's like a one-off or 2 times or whatever, then fair enough. But when it's like every single time, my mum's like, no, you don't respect me. And she was saying that how sometimes they'll be out, and my mum like knows a lot of people. She's popping in their little age mates, and she said that the auntie would just like, if anybody comes up to say hello to my mum or starts talking to my mum, then the auntie just starts looking at my mum all funny. And my mum will be like, she'll be like, how do you know this person? How do you know that person? And then
monitoring spirit.
Yeah, and then exactly. And then all of a sudden she's in a mood for the rest of the night. Oh. But it's only after my mum has all these interactions with other people. So my mum was just like, yeah, nah, bitch, you gotta go. And my mum basically dropped her out.
My biggest learning from that story is that it never ends.
It never ends. It never ends.
No, do you know how dead that is?
Before my mum, I learned that from Housewives. I always say it. The issues that these women are facing in their 50s, in their 60s, in their late 40s, it tells you that it's just ongoing.
With your friends.
With your friends, with your acquaintances, whatever the case may be. But it never ends. I
guess it never ends because you're managing people, right? Like,
exactly.
people are good, people are awful, like people are ever changing and whatever they're going through is what they take out on this person, their expectations change. But you would think I honestly thought by my 30s, right, whoever enters into my 30s with me, we're locked in.
Yeah.
Where we are friends for life, especially people who you've known for a very long time. And then like you're friends for life, whatever. Even had the mentality of I don't need to make any new friends because I've got my people. And then you slowly earn to be like, no. You carry on making new friends because you don't know who you lose tomorrow.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy.
Yep. This episode is brought to you by Best Start in Life.
Being a parent comes with so many questions, right?
Honestly, and it changes as soon as you think you've figured one stage out.
What's great is Best Start in Life is there to support you from the very beginning. Through pregnancy, early years of childcare, and right up to starting school.
In the beginning, it's things like learning how your baby communicates, their cries, their little expressions, and learning how those everyday moments of responding and connecting help support their development.
I can imagine, and like feeding can be a big one too. Whether it's breastfeeding, weaning. Best Start in Life offers NHS trusted advice on everything, from latching, breastfeeding in public, and healthy weaning recipes.
And then before you know it, you're thinking about your little one starting school and looking for advice and support to help you prepare.
Visit beststartinlife.gov.uk for trusted advice and support for every stage of your child's development. And I think about some of my closest friends now, they're not friends that I've known for like millions of years. They're just friends that I'm like, maybe like later, like my late 20s or early 30s, that we just got really close.
Yeah, same. And you go through seasons with people as well, where some people you just get closer with, and other people they just kind of fade into the background. And I just think it's like the having to make a conscious effort is hard. It's harder as you get older. And
How
some people
often
are
do
less
you think you should have
understanding.
the chat to be like, hey, what's going on? Or do you think at a certain point just leave it?
Like if you feel like there's like tension.
Yeah.
It depends on how much you value the friendship, I think.
Okay.
Like and it's not a bad thing. When I say value, it doesn't mean that you don't give a shit about them. Some people are just worth fighting for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like there are some friendships that I'll be like, no, I will die before this friendship goes AWOL. Like I feel that way about you.
Yeah, but I was going to say that as well.
Listen, I don't care. I literally have to be on my...
And because
like,
my
it
thing
has
is
to
that
be
like,
bad.
Okay, the worst case scenario is we will have an uncomfortable conversation for about an hour.
Yeah.
And then it will be fine.
And then it will be back to regular programming.
Push through that hour. Push through that hour. Like, as in, because the other alternative is just to not chat to you and then just watch it
and
fade away.
Fizzles.
And it's just like, was that worth it?
Yeah. I don't think that those friendships that you let fizzle, I don't think it's that you don't value them. It's just that like, that you don't want to put the energy in because it's not. Because
there's certain friendships that come to your house then. Okay, cool. I'm calling your mum.
Yeah,
what? I'm calling your mum.
Exactly.
That's what you're going to do about it.
Exactly. But
yeah, because I think about it, there's a couple of my, I don't want to name names because I say people.
Yeah,
like,
you might, God forbid you miss a name.
You didn't say me. And I'm calling your mum. You think it's a joke?
100%. Who's next in line? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm messaging your sister. I'm 100% messaging your sister.
Can you please talk to your sister? Tell her what's up.
I'm messaging your niece. I don't care. I'm finding a way to get through. But then other times there's some friendships that you just accept that, actually maybe we've come to the end of the season. And I'm happy for you to be like drop down to acquaintance and I'm cool. But then there's other people saying, no, you must maintain. And I feel like those are the friendships that power and, stand the test of time and stuff like that.
Because you get them friendships where you're like, what, are you still angry?
Yeah, exactly.
When are you going to go?
But you literally cannot have that energy for everybody.
No, you can't.
You actually cannot.
It's like exhausting wise.
It's
a lot of effort.
You actually can't. And God's willing that your friendship, is so strong that you don't, it's not a regular thing anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'd like to, but if you're having to have those intense conversations once a week, then maybe you need to just come to a mutual decision to wrap it up.
It's actually enough.
Wrap it up.
Once a month, they have to call you to say, hey, you all right?
Exactly. Every minute, it's just like, do you know what? You did this, I didn't like, you did this, I didn't like, Okay, at this point, it's not things, it's now just becoming me.
I remember, I think I said the
me.
story of a friend that was like that. We went to uni together, cool, whatever. And as we grew into adulthood, when I tell you, every other week, there was something else that I did. Or I saw that you posted this thing and I felt like this. And I remember saying to us, I don't think you like me. And I wasn't even like, I remember saying it, thinking, I was surprised it came out of my mouth, but I was like, I don't think you like me. Like, you think you do because you've known each other for such a long time, but you wouldn't pick me today.
Yeah.
You don't like me anymore. And it has to be okay.
Yeah.
You just don't like me anymore.
Yeah, that's it. Because who you were when you met that person 20 years ago.
Exactly.
Of course you're going to change and you outgrow people outgrow you, whatever the case may be. It's okay to just let it go, but you can't be addressing every little thing because it starts off with things, like petty things, and then it starts to seep into like your character. And once it starts to seep into your character, it's just like, my character is not changing, especially if you don't feel like, you're doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
I ain't changing my character. You don't like my character, then you've just got to go. So
because I think there is something in accepting your friends for their faults to be like, okay, cool, this person has this thing. I don't, it's not my favorite thing about them, but there's so many other things that overrides it.
Exactly.
The same with how I see my sister. Like there's so many other things that overrides, but there's some things that she has. I was like, I do not like this thing about her.
Of course, because we're
like,
human
whatever.
and everyone's flawed. And I feel that's where the love is, like when you're willing to overlook their bad points, because literally no one is perfect.
Do you know what? Of recent, I'd love to love less.
Yeah, man. I don't want to feel so strongly about everything
because
all of the time.
The older I've got, the people who I have in like deep love for, is that it's got smaller, but I think the love has got bigger.
Yeah.
So now I carry so much more for them. Like it's actually so long. Where like, because I think one of the biggest burdens of love is that like if that person is upset or whatever, or whatever's going on with that person, you carry that burden for them because you care about them so deeply. Yeah. If I just cared about people not deeply, I'll carry on with my life.
Yeah, you could just crack on. Yeah, because you're not embodying all of their things as well. But yeah, that's what comes with deep love, innit? Like all the joy and all the rest of it, but also the sadness.
All of the sadness
and the bad times
and also as we're getting to a certain age where like my friends and I are getting older, their parents are getting older. I'm hearing more things about a parent being sick, a parent, and it's so weird. The two things, it's like I remember one of my best friends, Tony, when we did my dad's funeral, she came to Nigeria as well. And it really made me think, I was just like, I used to watch my mum doing this for her friends. Where like, it seemed like, she would travel for her friend's dad's funeral. And I was just like, oh my God, are we at that? We're there now. Where it's like, you're going to your friends' parents' funerals. Yep. You are donating money into their things. Like, and I remember specifically watching my mum do that with her friends and their parents. And another thing, one of my friends is traveling and I was just like, oh, I heard they do nice bags there. Can you take pictures of bags there?
Oh my God.
And then he was like, oh my God, that's what our parents
Bring me
used
back
to
something.
do.
Bring me back some good leather.
Like, oh, they do good leather and
some good jewelry.
I said, I was like, oh, they got really nice bags.
They have good gold.
Yeah, they got good gold. And they're Swiss lace. And I was like, oh my God, that's my mum.
Yes.
I'm asking people to bring leather and gold back from another country. I was like, don't worry about it. I don't want it anymore.
Leather, lace and gold. Oh my God.
The day I asked someone to buy me lace, lace
is actually curtains. Lace is like
once I mentioned
moved into auntie territory.
Look for lace, I'm done.
No, auntie territory is actually like
because I'll be honest, I'm at leather and gold now.
Yeah,
I'm at leather and gold now.
Yeah, good.
I like leather.
Gold.
Yeah, I like gold now.
100%.
When I start getting into lace,
once you cross that line, then it's actually.
If I mention lace, I'm going to the club that day because I have to get my youth back.
You have to absolve yourself
of
this auntiness because how did we become our mums overnight? Like become our mums and our mums' friends overnight? Like it's actually mad.
No, yeah. And you're the ones now that are doing parties and the kids are sitting on the staircase. You're like, oh.
No,
I was the kid that was sat on the staircase. What do you mean? I'm the one now.
Exactly. Now you're carrying someone out of the party. There's piles of
and
coats.
now after church, me and my friends are talking and I'm watching their kids be like, Mum, can we go home? And I'm like, oh my God.
Exactly.
That used to be me. They say, tell Mum, can we go home after church?
Yep. Life comes around so quickly.
It's very circular.
I just cannot. Yeah. When I do
That's why I don't understand why, like, I mean, maybe I do. Do you know when some people get old and they get really bitter towards young people? I'm like, don't you remember when you were there? I don't get that thing of, do you know you can get some old women that hate.
Yeah. They hate the youth boy.
I don't know if you ever saw that film. It's on Netflix. Everyone talks about how great it is, and I don't know if I think it's that great, but it's about two sisters. One of them is just incredibly miserable. It's a black cast. Oh, I can't remember what it is called now. But it made the rounds. It's very slow. You wouldn't like it. It's very, very slow.
No, I don't think I watched it.
And it just focuses on this woman who is just miserable. And I was watching and I was like...
Oh, is it a Black British?
Yeah.
I remember when they were doing all the press for it.
Yeah. It doesn't take long for some people to get to that point of misery, you know. Like always angry at everything. Everything pisses them off. And you watch some aunties and I'm like, but you were young ones. Why are you so aggy? Because when I see my niece and nephews doing certain things now, I'm like, oh, I used to do that shit. I just let them do it, like, whatever, man. Like, but I'm just like, why are you not so bitter and angry? Some older people hate young people.
Yeah, they really, really do. I don't know if it's because they hold up a mirror to what life could have been and they're just like resentful that that's not how their life pans out. But to project that onto people that are just trying to crack on, like, I don't know, it's weird. I just feel like all of that stuff is just, it's more internalized stuff than... And then seeing young people being able to live the life.
Full of life.
Then that probably adds to it. But there's things that are already there.
Because I don't
that are
necessarily.
buried.
I think okay, cool. Tell people what's to come, but I don't think you should necessarily like cut down their excitement.
Yeah, why are you trying to rain on
Do you get
someone's
what I mean?
parade?
It's like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say,
yeah.
like, I don't know, someone says to me, now, oh, auntie, when I'm older, I'm going to do this and I'm going to drive a limo and I'm like, girl, no, you're not.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I would, I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But some people be like, no, you're not, be realistic. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, they don't have to be realistic,
Exactly.
actually.
Let people dream, man. Damn.
I thought my first car would be a limousine.
Mind you, we don't even have them at all, just in general.
I have not seen a limousine in...
Even to go to prom in that,
No,
they're taking like
I feel like we
Hummer
see
trucks.
limousines all the time. I used to see a limousine at least once a week.
I know, literally, and it would really make your day when you saw it because you'd just be like, whoa.
Do you know what I thought? Like rich people drove limousines. I just thought that was a car rich people had. I just thought they drove limousines. I have not seen a limo. Can you still hire a limo for like weddings and
I
stuff?
reckon that business is like probably significantly.
Even weddings, people are not getting Hummer
they're
limos
not. They're
anymore.
getting like Rolls Royces and shit.
Wait, so you lot don't? So what? All the bridesmaids don't sit together at the back of a limo anymore?
I don't think so. I don't even.
You
think
lot are so boring.
not even for prom. I don't think, you know.
I'm gonna bring that limo when I get married.
Yeah,
I'm
bring
gonna
it-
hire
yeah,
a
bring it
limo
back.
and I'm gonna make everyone wear purple.
And frills.
Because there was a time purple was all the rage of everyone getting married. Purple,
a lavender.
lavender colours. Yeah. Oh, what's the bridesmaids? You know, we just go. When was the last time I was a bridesmaid? Hey, you haven't been a bridesmaid in a
I'm
minute.
gonna be one for my sister soon.
Are you? I really enjoy being a
Yeah,
bridesmaid, especially when
same.
it's like a wedding you care. Of
Yeah.
course, it should be a wedding you care about.
Yeah, the last time I was a bridesmaid was 2018. No, 2019. 2019.
I think the last time I was a bridesmaid was Mel's wedding.
Oh yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, that was the last time I was a
Yeah.
bridesmaid. Yeah. I haven't been a bridesmaid in ages.
Yeah, I haven't been to a wedding really in ages.
Yeah,
I haven't actually been to
They
a
used to
wedding.
was that wedding boom, and then
Yeah.
the love industry crashed. Boy.
Yeah, and actually, that's a lie. I went to a wedding in September in Italy.
No, the love industry
That was
crashed.
really nice. Yeah, that was the last wedding I went to.
But yeah,
But
make
yeah.
bridesmaids and limousines great
Yeah,
again.
make them great again, man.
Make them great again. Should we do some dilemmas?
Let's.
Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about before we go into dilemmas?
Well, no, I
actually?
didn't really want to talk about it. One thing I do realise though is that Charles and Camilla really do love each other.
Oh,
I know. I know.
Okay,
I know
say
this,
more.
I know this is not the climate, yeah, but you know.
okay. Where does this come from? Talk.
So basically, I was watching a documentary on Diana.
Yeah,
And it was just about her life I've seen so many, but
yeah.
I just was watching this one again on Prime, and it was just talking about her story from the very beginning, which, by the way, is kind of mad considering the fact that Charles was dating her sister first.
Was he?
Yeah, he was
I
dating
guess when he's
Diana's
quite,
older sister.
Oh.
Yeah, but then it was like she wasn't a virgin and she was old, but she wasn't even old. She was probably like 22 or something,
wasn't a
23.
virgin.
But the person that Charles was going to marry had to be a virgin. They had to be, they couldn't have been ran through. And all these really posh people were basically saying that without saying it on this documentary, and all these like royal correspondents and stuff like that, and all of these like authors and that. But yeah, he dated her sister first. And do you know what was pissing me off though? They kept on describing him as a handsome, eligible prince.
He was at the time, no? Or was he not good looking at the time? I thought he was. I just thought he got ugly recently. Not ugly, but
He was eligible.
and not too much on the handsome.
And the prince, but they kept on saying it, and I was just like, I don't know. So maybe sometimes charm overrides aesthetic.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? But she dated the sister. So he dated the sister first, and they basically in this documentary they didn't paint Diana out in a bad way, but they basically said that she was very determined to be someone because she came from aristocracy.
There we
Whatever that
are.
word is. That word.
Don't look at me for the bad pronunciation.
I just can't say that right.
Aristocracy,
whatever that word is, yeah.
Say it with confidence, and then everyone thinks it's right.
Aristocracy.
Yeah.
That's it.
There we are.
And when I said it with confidence, it worked.
Exactly.
Yeah, so she came from money, and at one point, yeah, her family, Diana's family came from so much money, they actually loaned the royal family money.
Imagine.
Back in their day, though, back in their dizzy, yeah. So he dated the sister first, and obviously the whole time.
Dizzy? You are so old. What the fuck? It's back in the dizzy. Go away. Back in the dizzy. That is crazy. I'm so sorry. He just rolled neat. You are such a neat. Yeah, back in the dizzy.
I don't know if it's because I'm talking about these really posh people, so I'm trying to make it street. I don't know why I said that.
Okay. Back in the dizzy.
So back in the dizzy, yeah.
No, that's gross.
No, what was even my point?
But let money back in the day.
Yeah, so they let the money back into this. So she came from money, like their money was long or what have you. But anyway, fast forward to like when she got with Charles, they'd only met each other 13 times before he proposed. But obviously the whole time Camilla Parker Bowles was on the scene. And like they were long-term friends or whatever, and then they became like lovers, but he could never date her because she was older. I think maybe she was even like married at the time and she had a couple of kids or something, so he could never marry her. But they really love each other. Like,
no, the fact that after all of that, and then they still made it work, and then now they're officially married.
And
now,
they're officially married.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does she actually count as queen? I guess she is queen.
No, she's not queen.
She's not queen.
They
like
call
queen
her
removed.
like King Consulate.
Like
no, I don't know what it
is.
means. King and what is? I don't actually know. I'm gonna check her title.
But it made me realize that, like, even though I feel like Diana was brought into a mess of a situation and she was kind of just a pawn in the game. Like, I wonder if it would have worked out if he was just allowed to marry Camilla. But I feel like there's very few love stories that I think no matter what, she's a queen.
I thought she wasn't. Was there not a big thing about not letting her be?
They proper made allowances for her, boy.
Camilla's official title is Her Majesty the Queen. I feel like there was a time they said she wouldn't be.
No, she's the ultimate side chick.
She won.
She is the ultimate side chick.
When the Queen died, yeah, she got it.
But the thing is, I can't.
That's what. Yeah, before the Queen died, she wasn't the Queen.
I can hate the monarchy for a lot of reasons, yeah. But when it comes to them, there's those two's love. That one I don't. I actually really believe they really deeply were in love, and she was just there the whole time. Like, she was literally at the wedding. Like,
she's only 2 years older than him.
I know, but
they make out as if it was like 68 years.
2 years older than him. In these documentaries,
in fact, a year and 4 months.
No, in these documentaries, they make it sound like she was this older vixen of a woman who lived life and had so much more life experience. And come to find out, she's only a year and 4 months older than him. A year and 4
months, yeah.
That is
16
crazy.
months.
But I still look back to say, one of my biggest takeaways, I haven't finished the series yet, is that they really love each other.
I feel like that's apparent because they're back here.
They're still here after everything, after every obstacle.
And I think it's also very apparent because King Charles once said that he wished he was her tampon so he could be inside her all the time.
That is love.
Have you ever heard poetry like that?
No, that's actually a bar and a half.
A man who is a king, son of a queen, said he'd rather be a tampon. He can be inside of Camilla's cooch.
He loved her.
For 8 hours straight without giving her PTS or whatever the toxic syndrome would be.
And you know how like Diana was so down to earth and she was known as the Queen of Hearts, yeah? One time she was stumbling amongst the Royal Mail. It wasn't even the Royal Mail, like literally, like they have like their own like sorting office basically.
Yeah.
And she was just hanging out there talking to the people that work there because she was so humble and she would talk to everybody.
Also, I think she's also very bored in her marriage.
Yeah, same. 100%.
So I think she was incredibly bored.
She didn't know that man. They did not know each other, but she really was in love with him and she really wanted to make it work. But Camilla was always lingering in the back, right? So one day she's downstairs just hanging out with Royal Mail in the palace or whatever, and she sees and they're sorting through fan mail and stuff like that, yeah? And then she sees an envelope that's addressed to, like, their quarters or what have you. So she's like, oh, I guess that's for me. And she opens it, and it was basically like a engraved bracelet that Charles had made for Camilla.
Oh.
And she thought that their relationship was dead in the water because this is after the wedding. And then she sees that and she's like, nah, they're still together.
But wasn't there that famous interview with Diana where she was like, there's 3 of us in this marriage?
Yeah.
So she
and
knew. You know, and Diana used to always do that thing where she open her eyes big. And like, there was 3.
There was 3 of us in this marriage.
There was 3 of us in this marriage. Yeah. So
But they love each other. That's my only takeaway.
I'm glad they got that. that was why. Okay, dilemmas.
That was my biggest takeaway.
I think you're right. I think the fact that they made it work after everything.
I'll give them a blie. Like,
I just wish they let them be in the first place.
Exactly.
Man.
And
maybe like Diana will still be here. There'll be so many
message.
Things that like
if they just let these people just be and there wasn't so many rules and regulations and requirements for what the woman had to be that he could marry, then there might be a different story to tell. But unfortunately there isn't. That's all.
Fair point. Okay, first dilemma. Dear Tolly and Audrey, first of all, you've gotten me through some of the darkest times in my life and made me laugh when I didn't think I could, so thank you. My dilemma is about my friend. I'm 24 and she's 25. She has never been single. She's gone from relationship to relationship since we were teenagers, usually with older guys, and there's never been a break in between. I used to live with her and her ex. He cheated on her and she told everyone she'd made him move out and that they were broken up. In reality, he was paying rent for another place but still staying at ours every night. So publicly, she was single, but privately, they were still together. Then one day, she texted me saying he'd been staying at his own place that night because she invited another guy over, someone she'd been saying for a while that she found attractive. I told her she couldn't have this new guy over unless she ended things with her boyfriend. I even asked what her plan was, rotate them on alternate days. She broke up with her boyfriend that same day and the new guy came over immediately and stayed for 5 days straight. Every time he'd leave the room, she'd roll her eyes and say, finally, but she kept inviting him back. Eventually, he just never left. Oh, wow.
Oh, Lord.
That situation was actually why I moved out. I hadn't signed up to live with this guy and I was still paying extra rent when her ex had moved out, even though there were basically still 3 of us living there. Fast forward 18 months, she's still with the new guy and now says she plans to marry him next year. They're not even engaged yet, but she's serious about it. Here's my issue. I genuinely think she's settling. They had problems last year. When I suggested she deserved better, she said, but he's nice to my family. That felt like a bare minimum to me. There are so many men who could be nice to her family. When we go out, she still flirts heavily with other guys, even grinding on them, and says things like, you can still go out and whine on guys when you're in a relationship. Your boyfriend probably does it too. I nodded along in the moment, but I completely disagree. I would never do that to my boyfriend because I actually want to be with him. This whole situation doesn't sit well with me. I feel like she's never learned to be alone. She jumps into the next thing and now she's potentially marrying someone she doesn't even like. If I stay quiet, I feel fake and complicit. Do I tell her what I really think or do I accept that it's her life and step back?
Oh, God.
I think we've all been there when we think, God, my friend can do better than this. And often when you think that, that relationship implodes on its own. Often you actually don't need to intervene. You think, oh God, I need her to want better for herself. And apparently your friend is not going to want better for herself.
No, she definitely can't be alone. Because what do you mean you haven't even dumped the other one and you've
already
wielded
got
a
the
new
next one on
man
the way?
already? Oh my God.
Where are you not finding them?
Yeah, exactly. That part for one. Do you know what it is? I think that you should say something to her, right? But not from a judgy perspective, but more just like, as a friend, like you're allowed to ask questions, like you're allowed to have an opinion. Otherwise, what the hell is the point in being friends with someone if you just co-sign absolutely everything they do, even if in your heart of hearts you know that A, they deserve better, or 2, like what are you actually doing? They're making like fucked up decisions. I think you should say something to her and just be like, look, when she brings up things like marriage and she's kind of like getting ahead of herself, which it sounds like she is, then just be like, babe, like, are you sure? Like, is everything okay? Like, you can actually say things in a way that doesn't. I don't think you should be like, well, I don't think that you should grind with other guys because I wouldn't do that and blah blah blah, because that's your own. Do you know what I mean? But I do think if you have genuine concerns about how she's moving and you know what she's doing, then I think as a friend, then yeah, you've got a duty of care to say something. I think it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
But definitely address it. And if she's defiant and she's like, listen, I know what I'm doing, face your front, then you just know to just leave it alone. But I think that there is a little bit of cause for. I think that what she's doing, it wouldn't be the maddest thing in the world for you to just be like, babe, is everything okay at home?
From one to the next, one to the next. Like, there's no time just to sit down and ponder and like, do I want to be with this person? And apparently she doesn't want to be with that person. I think some people are made like that. They cannot function without getting some kind of. Do you know there's some people that will say they're single, but there's always someone else. There's always someone. No matter how single that they say they are, there's always someone there. And it's not even a case of like they just get guys or whatever. No, they actually actively
need it
do
and they
not.
thrive on it. Yeah,
like they need that kind of like a survival. And I think there was something in people. And this is my biggest test for it, in people who let anybody chat to them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, damn, you don't even have no standards either.
No, I'm so sorry, but there's certain people that can't chat you up.
No, exactly. Like,
not
like,
everybody can chat you up successfully.
Exactly, and give them the time of day.
Not any time of day, number and then date.
Yeah.
There's certain people that like, if it's, obviously you're married, but if someone came to chat to you today, I'd be like, there's no way.
Yeah, no way.
If you came to me and said, I'd be like, are you all right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. And I actually believe that you should be able to be without somebody there all of the time. Like, you don't always need to have attention from someone that you're attracted to consistently, because then it's just like, I think you should learn to be able to live and
By
survive
yourself.
by yourself in your own company.
Self-validation, yeah.
Yeah, like you should be able to fulfill yourself in a way. So I do look at people sideways that go from one thing and before the other things ended, they're already lining up the next thing. I feel
because
like when
it's not about that person, it's about you not being
100%
alone.
Because that is when I feel like the standards start to lower.
Yeah, because it's never about, hey, I really like this person. It's about, I do not want to be by myself. So it's next, like, I don't care if they're up to par. I just don't want to be by myself. So I'm always going to have someone else lined up.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is very concerning. That is very
I would say,
concerning.
actually, would I?
What would you
Would you say something to your friend? In all honesty.
But I wouldn't say it in a serious way. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, we need to talk and have
I
an
think I'm
intervention.
like, wow, you get niggas,
Yeah,
boy.
exactly. I'll just be like, damn. I'll just be like, right, again.
Oh, just you.
Okay. Like, I would say it in that kind of way. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think I would, because ultimately, like what she said at the end, it is the person's life.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't actively go out of my way to give advice to people over the age of 30.
And also, she's not engaged.
Yet.
This.
But people like that, they're the ones that will pop up married though.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes you've got to say a little one too. But then, yeah.
I think someone's told me before that they were engaged and I was like, you sure?
Yeah.
And my reply was like, oh my God. I was like,
Yeah.
you sure?
Sometimes you not every day give them the reaction where you're like kind of like affirming what they're doing as
Yep.
well. Because
And I'm not being funny. Years on after that marriage, I was right.
Yeah.
I should have said, are you sure?
It usually is. Like even before I got married, my friend sat me down and was like, "Are you sure you want to do
Yeah,
this?
like, are you sure?
that you're ready to do this?" And she was like, "Not in a bad way, not even hating. I'm just genuinely asking." And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And she was like, "Okay, cool. Well, then can fully be happy for you now that I've got that out of the way."
And I think people who have people that can do that for them are always the healthiest in relationships. I think when you're in something that you're like, I can leave this, you know?
Yeah, you need to have a community of people that will ride for you regardless of what your situation is.
Yeah.
If you're surrounding yourself with other people that are similar, where they thrive and bank on having a man there all of the time, then it's just a cesspit of people, just an echo chamber of people that have the same mentality.
That will tell you to never leave.
Like, yeah, exactly. That's why I never, ever have subscribed to that belief of like, once you're married, only have married friends. I think that is such bullshit, or only go to your married friends for advice. I actually think that is such bullshit. People from whatever their situation is can offer a perspective that you might not think of. And so I think that, yeah, you definitely, I would just say it in that way. I would just be like, right, boy.
Yeah. I think
Right, boy.
I think the conversation I'd have with this one would be like, are you sure you're serious about him? Because you're still like chatting to other guys. And then she says, yeah, I am. Then,
Yeah, exactly. Just
Thank
be
you
like,
yourself.
okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Have the conversation.
have a conversation, and whatever, the tone is that's appropriate for your friendship, but say something. Okay.
All right, next dilemma.
Okay. Dear Tolly and Audrey.
Hello.
Is it really a receipts dilemma if I don't start off by singing your praises? Your podcast gives me so much joy, which I've really been lacking recently. Thanks for being the big sisters I've always wanted.
Thank you.
So to the dilemma. I was seeing a guy for about 3 months and it ended at the start of this year. In the beginning, it was great, as it always is. We just got along so well and he wanted things to move forward. Then all of a sudden, he turned and said he wasn't sure he felt anything for me romantically, which came as a big shock to me. He said he'd been feeling like that for a while and needed space to think through his feelings. A week later, he came back very apologetic and asked me to be his girlfriend and express how much he had felt he had made a big mistake and felt that he was going to lose out on something great if we didn't get together. I forgave him, but said I wasn't ready to commit to being his girlfriend after what he told me, but we would take things slow and rebuild our connection. Things more or less went back to normal, and then I went away on holiday for 2 weeks. While I was away, we FaceTime, texted, etc. I was worried I was disturbing him because he wasn't feeling well and was also spending a lot of time with his family, but he reassured me he liked getting messages from me and hearing about my trip. The day I landed back in the UK, he came over and dumped me. 3 weeks after asking me to be his girlfriend. He said things like, I really wanted to make this work, but something doesn't feel right. I'm questioning everything in my life. You're the most wonderful person I've ever been with, and other nonsense. He also claimed that he felt suffocated and exhausted by the relationship. I hadn't asked for anything of him, but he was the one pushing for more, saying he wanted to go on holiday together, for me to visit his hometown, for us to spend more time together, yet I was apparently suffocating him. Now, this man is almost 30 and has
There
never
could be
been...
50.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now, this man is almost 30 and has never been in a long-term relationship. He talked a lot about wanting to settle down and have a family and kids, but had never been able to sustain a relationship for longer than 5 months. When I asked about his exes, he said things along the lines of, oh, I never wanted to be with her, or it was our friends that pushed us together, or we'd known each other for a while, so it made sense. So just never seemed to want to actually have relationships with any of them and just somehow ended up with them. He also told me that he was bi-curious, but had done sexual stuff with men and enjoyed it. So I asked him if he's bisexual, to which he became incredibly defensive and said no. He also spoke badly about the LGBTQ plus community and said that's not who he is.
Okay, sir, fuck off.
Right, exactly. I say all of this to say I think the man was gay. My mum, friends and counsellor all say the same thing. Some even said it without me mentioning the bi-curious or bisexual confession. And if that's the case, why can't I move on from this situation? It's been almost 2 months and I still cry most days. My self-esteem has been absolutely shattered. I can't eat. I struggle to look after myself or go into work, and I've had to go on antidepressants. I think if he came to me and openly said he was gay and that's why something didn't feel right, I'd feel better. But he can't be honest with himself, let alone other people. How do I move on from this? It was such a short-term thing, but the way it started was so wonderful. We were friends at first and bonded over working in education. He seemed like the most wonderful man I'd ever known. He then switched on me and created problems where there weren't any, as far as I could see. I'm really struggling to come to terms with everything that happened. I was a really happy, fulfilled and independent person before I met him, and I just want to feel like that again. Thanks for reading this. Love you, girls.
You will feel like that again. Look, we can't act like breakups are easy. Again, it might not be because he was a big love of your life, but your ego is bruised. And I think we underestimate how much ego being bruised can really mess you up. Because then you start questioning, is it me? Am I not good enough? What's wrong with me? Why didn't this happen for me? And oh my God, that's like that time in year 5 where they didn't pick me last in sports. And that time in PE as well when I didn't get picked to play netball. Every rejection you've ever had now comes up. And then you link this to every time you've ever been rejected in your life. Your ego is hurt, you're bruised, you like someone, you thought there was something, it's the hope that kills you, and what you're going through is normal, and eventually you will go back to who you were and be happy and get over this. Whoever he is, bisexual, gay, bi-curious, likes fucking women, likes fucking men, that's not your problem anymore. Good luck to that man.
Exactly.
And anything that he wants to be with. Clearly he's someone that is confused. This is not about you. And the thing is, no matter, I hear it. Because I think if someone says to me they want to end it, they can tell me it's not you, it's all in my head, it's me.
Exactly.
Of course it's me.
Yeah.
Because what do you mean it's not me? Of course it's me. And it's just going to take you a while before you accept it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like he is confused. I don't think that this has any bearing on you. The fact that he came back so quickly after, there clearly were feelings there, but he doesn't know who he is. And he can't offer anything to you. He can't be like... He can't give you what you want if he doesn't even know who he is. Do you know what I mean? So I just think, of course you're upset. At the end of the day, you had feelings for this person. Like you were working towards a relationship. You were in a relationship at one point. So you had feelings for him. You know, trust has also been broken because he did this to you and then he's done it again. So you're dealing with the residue and the pain of that, of like, oh my God, when he done it the first time, I should have just stayed away. And that feeling is the worst when you give the wrong person another chance. Like that really, really sits with you. So I think it's a mixture of all of those things, plus just the heartbreak of missing the person. What you thought was going to be is no longer. There's so many different elements. So yeah, 2 months is not a long time. I know it feels like it because you're like, rah, we're into month 2 and I'm still
not over this,
Who knows how long it's going to take. All I know is that 2 months is still very much early doors and it's still very fresh. And like Tolly said, I don't think that you should preoccupy your mind with what he may or may not be. I understand why you would want him to be gay because it kind of just like relieves you of like thinking that it was you, because ultimately, you know, there's nothing that you could have offered him. So I understand why you would want that to be the outcome. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. And if it does make you feel any better, he can't give anybody anything. So it's not like he's going to go...
Until that man figures out what it is that he wants. Yeah.
And him getting so defensive when you ask him the question straight up tells you...
He's going through a lot.
Yeah, someone that is secure with their sexuality wouldn't be that defensive. So this is above you. This has got nothing to do with you. But heartbreak is a bitch.
It sucks. It's going to take a minute. Like, it actually sucks. No matter how strong, how confident, how beautiful, how whatever, it's always going to suck.
Yep, that part.
And you honestly just have to... I don't think there's much advice apart from you have to ride it through.
Agreed.
Hey, Tolly and Audrey. First of all, I just want to say I absolutely love you both and the pod. I've been listening for about 5 years now, and I genuinely never miss an episode. I love how honest and real your conversations are, so I figured this would be the perfect place to bring my dilemma.
Okay.
So me and a friend were meant to go to Fête de la Musique in Paris this June. I've been really excited about it because it's my first year being able to go, and every time I brought it up before, there were no signs she wasn't on board. Recently, though, she's been very into wellness and self-improvement and changing her lifestyle, limiting screen time, avoiding partying, focusing on discipline, etc. I generally don't have an issue with that, but sometimes it feels like her new mindset comes with subtle judgment about how other people live, including me. I'm more of a balanced person. I work, I save, I don't party excessively, but I still like going out sometimes and enjoying life. When I brought up the trip again, she says she doesn't really party anymore and is still contemplating going. This surprised me because there'd been no sign before that she was unsure. I said it was fine and no pressure because I don't want anyone being forced into an environment they don't align with. She then asked if I was sure. I said yes. And she replied with, brother, if you want to go, let it be known, please. Now I'm confused because the tone felt a little blunt/rude to me. And I'm also wondering why she didn't mention earlier that she might not want to go so I could plan accordingly, since trips need planning in advance. And this is where I'm conflicted. I don't want to be the devil friend or the bad influence on her life she's trying to build. If her priorities have changed, that's fine. But at the same time, I'd be damned if I spend my money on a trip I won't enjoy because the vibes are off or someone feels uncomfortable being there. Part of me feels like this is just texting miscommunication, and another part feels like we're drifting because her lifestyle shift makes me feel subtly judged and I'm starting to stress out. So my question is, am I reading too much into the tone of her message? Was I unclear by saying it's fine even though I genuinely meant it? Is it just a communication mismatch or a sign that friendship is naturally changing? How do you handle friendship where someone's new self-improvement journey makes you feel judged of your own choices? I still want to go and have a good time regardless. I just want to know if I'm overthinking this or if my frustrations make sense.
Yeah. Do you know what? I hear it. And do you know what? I don't think that like someone making slight changes to their personal lifestyle has to have anything to do with your friendship. And I feel like sometimes we have to do some introspective work. Is this person judging you, or are they holding up a mirror to things that you might feel shitty about within yourself? Do you know what I mean? And sometimes it can be that. And sometimes it feels like when someone suddenly makes drastic changes or whatever, you think it's like a reflection of you. When a lot of the times it's got nothing to do with you whatsoever. Like this person is just deciding to do whatever for their life or to make their life feel better, and it's literally got nothing to do with you. And so I would ask yourself that, like, really sit down and unpack whether she has made, because from your email, it doesn't sound like she's made any, because I feel like if she had said judgy comments, she would have said.
Yeah.
The only sort of contention.
It's a reflection back.
Yeah, exactly. But also I feel like the only contention is this festival thing. That's the only thing, and it's annoying because you probably, like, you'd always wanted to go and this is the person you wanted to go with, and all of a sudden it's like, she doesn't want to, and I get it. But if I were you, when it comes to that festival, I would just make my own plans.
I think her saying, brother, if you want to go, is her being like, yo, be completely clear with me right now. If I say no, I don't want to go, and you're going to be offended, be fully honest. And I think that was a chance to be like, no, of course I want you to go, but I don't want you to go and not be able to drink or party or whatever. I think that was actually her entrance to be like, yo, be serious. Like, actually talk to me. Don't do this fake, oh, it's okay, I don't mind, when you don't mean it. And I think that's why she phrased it as like, yo, bro. Speak
just
up or shut up. And I think that's the tone I read it in. Like, bro, like, as in,
same,
how you really feel.
Exactly.
Or, because I don't want to hear later on that, oh, I'm just a bit disappointed. I just feel, no.
Exactly. Now is the,
now is your entrance way. Exactly. To be like, oh, I want to go, but I want to make sure, I don't want to go if you're not going to drink, if you're not going to, because if you want to go somewhere, have a party holiday, and someone's on the, especially if there's just two of you, and someone's on the, I'm not drinking it, that's not the kind of holiday you go with that person.
Yeah, exactly. You're not trying to go to a festival to be drinking matcha and going to yoga.
That's not what we came to Paris for. I'm here for the niggas.
We came to go hard.
I'm here for the men. What was that, auntie? I'm here for the niggas. Like, if that's what you're here for, that's what you're here for. And I do think, going back to her to be like, yo, of course I really want to go with you, but if you feel like you're going to go and feel uncomfortable, won't be able to drink, maybe I'll go with Michelle instead, or maybe I'll make plans with other people who are on what I'm on.
That's the thing, and do that for yourself as well, because you want clarity as well. Like, it's not just whether or not, you know, she wants to come. You want to know for yourself whether you should make other plans, whether she is on it, whether she's just going to come and, she's going to take this L or whatever for you. So yeah, just be clear with her. But I think that this is the kind of thing that can start off small and escalate.
Yeah.
And I don't think it needs to be that. I don't think that you need to take her personal growth journey personally
as
at
your
all.
thing, yeah.
Do not see that as a reflection of you. If there's something that has held a mirror up to you that's made you want to it's inspired you, then yeah, take that, because that's what our friends should do. They should motivate us. But don't start holding grudges against her because she's making these life choices for herself. Do you know
the closest I felt for this is a friend who, well, obviously we're both Christian, but she went deep, as in like she's like, start drinking, stop doing everything. And maybe I'm like, oh wow. She was never judging me.
Yeah.
But I think it was a reflection to me like, Tolani, you could do better than what you're doing, sort of thing. And then maybe this is what this feels like, but it doesn't mean that she's actually judging you. Exactly. It's just like Audrey said, a mirror to your thingy. Look, I hear your frustration because I hate it when someone's half what I'm fully on.
Yeah.
I'm fully on what you're half on. Like I said, let's both be fully on this thing. I don't like if someone's half. It's not as fun.
It's not as fun.
My best nights out is when me and the person we're out with, we're all like,
we're all excited and we all want to be here. We know exactly what type of time we're on.
We know, and you know that as soon as everyone's met up, you're like, oh,
the energy's
fully
high.
on what I'm on in it. Cool, bet. When them ones like, because many times I've gone for a friend, but I don't want to go, but if I let her down as long, that night
same.
is
that night
hell.
Can be so draining.
And I've been out with friends that I know they didn't want to be out.
Do you know how many times that's happened to me, yeah? And I've just been like, no, I'm going to just go and firm it, yeah? But then when you're excited, they're just like, oh, I'm not coming. I'm just like, okay, cool, bet. But it's good because it just means that I've now...
That means I can say no to things as well. Yeah.
For the next time, because I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then I can just be like, nah, I'm not coming.
The amount of times I firmed things to go, things I did not want to go to, but I was like, no, I told her I was going to come. I don't want to, like, I know she's excited for this thing. And then when it's my turn, when I'm gagging through it,
exactly.
I'll be like, oh, babe, I'm not going to make it tonight. On their night.
It's so annoying.
And you get the text at like 4 p.m.
Yeah. No, but the seeds start coming. It's like, oh, I've got a really bad back. Do you know, I'm not feeling too good. I go straight to the point and I'm just like, are you still coming? And then if they're like, yeah, I'm still gonna come, and I'm just like, because don't build me up. Don't
to
build
let me
it
down.
Up just to let me down. I would rather know from now so I know exactly what I'm doing. But yeah.
Especially when that people have children.
Yeah, then it's just like,
from 9 a.m. they had a really bad night. So you're not coming then.
So you're not coming. Like literally.
Don't piss me off. You're not coming then.
Literally, it does. Sometimes it starts from the night before, and it's just like,
Susie hasn't slept all night.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you just know.
Tell me at 9 a.m. not coming. Don't tell me 9 o'clock, put the seed in, and then 6 to be like, hey, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah,
no,
exactly. I honestly, I get that things happen, but I would rather just know that you're not coming from Jump Street, because otherwise it's just, it's very, very frustrating. But it's just like when someone's not on your energy,
it's dead.
Or when you just haven't heard from them all day and then they're hoping that you're going to flop. I ain't flopping. I'm excited about this night.
Yeah, don't you worry. You haven't heard from me because I'm getting ready. I'm waxing.
I'm having my everything shower.
I'm shaving. I'm waxing. I'm even listening to music.
Yep.
I washed my makeup brushes yesterday.
You are coming whether you like it or not. I don't care. You're not about to flop me. Like,
my outfit is laid out.
I'm ready. My outfit's been ironed. I'm ready. So please.
And I know I'm excited, even know the bag I'm carrying. Because sometimes the bag is the last thing I think about.
The outfit is
know
outfitting.
It to the bag. Don't piss me off.
You know when they're like, is tonight still happening? Yes, bitch.
Yes, bitch. Be on your fucking way.
Yep.
And be merry.
Yep.
Okay?
You better.
Anyway, next dilemma.
Next dilemma. Okay. Oh, update and thanks. Good morning, beautiful ladies.
Good morning.
I just wanted to thank you both from the bottom of my heart for your advice regarding my dilemma.
Oh.
My partner asked me to wait an additional 6 years for marriage. Remember that dilemma?
Yep.
I appreciate you addressing the power of imbalance in my relationship and acknowledging that finance isn't the only currency that holds value in one.
Yes.
Update. I told my partner that I will not be waiting 6 years to get married to him and have since stopped wearing my engagement ring.
Okay.
Yes.
Audrey, don't be excited.
He has finally understood the seriousness of the situation and has apologised deeply for the hurt he's caused me.
Okay.
He spoke to a family member that told him his timeline was unreasonable and the idea of losing me has panicked him.
Okay.
He said that we can marry on a shorter timeline, providing he can still get the legal protections he would get in 6 years' time. Sadly, this doesn't feel like a moment to celebrate for me. I guess the romantic in me was hoping that he would lead with his heart and choose me without conditions. A prenup doesn't need to be watertight to hold weight, but it looks like he isn't keen on marrying me if it isn't, and that stings. I've told him I want to stay in the relationship, but I've called the engagement off. The whole situation has made me feel like a potential financial loss instead of a fiance, as well as a bit of a beg.
Don't let being a beg stop you from...
Exactly.
Okay.
And I want to reclaim some of my power. Marriage isn't the prize of life for me.
It sure isn't.
I feel like me calling it off has worked in my favour as he gets to stay in his comfort zone without our impending marriage looming over him with all the benefits of being in a committed relationship. I know he values the symbol of marriage, and if he gets the legal protections he wants, I can see him proposing again. I guess my question is, if he proposes, how comfortable can I be if he needs so much security before committing to marry me? Ladies, how would you feel in this scenario? Would you give him grace, see that he is working to get what we both want in this, or do these trust issues of his point to a deeper problem? When the relationship is otherwise perfect and both parties are equally committed, should a legally binding commitment like marriage be a hill to die on?
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time and brain cells. Again, you were both loved.
Thank you. And I think it's worth... I keep reversing this to be like, if I'm the person that has things worth losing, I too want to make sure we are legally tight. Because it doesn't mean I love you any less, but like, let's not be childlike. People can love for 30 years and one day someone decides, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, we have seen marriages that seemed airtight fall apart. It's not out of lack of love. I know it's not romantic, but like, let's not have our head in the clouds. Not everything's about romance. Something is about like, okay, cool, be fucking for real. And like I said before, I think the 6-year thing is crazy. But I think if it means everybody's going to be more comfortable in a situation and he wants to legally be okay, run, like, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Like, as long as I don't see it as you don't love me any less. I don't think someone's saying to me, baby, I love you, but I need... And again, by the grace of God, I plan to have things worth losing as well. So even you, baby, I hear it. Let me sign... And again, I don't think finance is the only benefit here, but I do think people should protect themselves in marriage.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. I'm not someone that's ever been offended by prenups. Like, even when I didn't have shit. Do you know what I mean? I've never been offended by it. I understand why someone would want to protect their things, because at the end of the day, you can have love and logic. I don't think that you have to choose one or the other. And so this idea of like the love lessons because we're applying logic to a situation that, especially now in this day and age, we see marriages fail all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't think it has to, I think that you guys are actually putting too much energy in it. And I think that the energy that you're putting into it may actually be the downfall of your relationship and not for lack of love.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I just think you're overthinking it. Whatever sort of legal documents or what have you that he manages to draw up, it just has to be a one-time thing. You sign and you keep it moving, you lock it away and you don't talk about it again until, God forbid, you have to. So I agreed with the 6-year thing. That feels a bit mad. What I will say is just be mindful that you kind of, I guess you've demoted the relationship and you guys are just back to dating again. If you're going to end up waiting for 6 years anyway, then what difference does it make? If you end up, do you know what I mean? Because now that I'm not saying that you should have left him, but I'm just saying that, like, if you've got to go through the whole process again, then what was it all for? Like, what was the point in taking off the engagement ring and giving it back to him if we're back at square one, actually buying him more time? You've
asked that if he re-proposes, would I say, but yeah, okay, cool, but in a couple of months and we're getting married within that year. We're not waiting 6 years. Exactly.
So I think that that's what the condition needs to be. If he proposes again, it sounds to me like he's like in my mind, I see him frantically getting his ducks in a row.
Yeah, because he clearly doesn't want to lose you. I think he clearly, if the finance meant more to him, he would have been like, cool, let's call it over then. Like, he clearly doesn't want to lose you. And I don't know, I'm not married, but I assume most of marriage is not everyday romance. I assume most of it is real life.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So yeah, I just think, carry on doing what you're doing. I'm glad that you took heed from what we said. If he proposes again, put those stipulations in and just be like, I ain't waiting for no 4 years. But again, it depends on how long it takes for him to propose. Yeah. Also, don't allow 6 years to go by before he does it.
And now he's got his way.
Yeah,
what was the point?
Because now we're back to square one. So.
And the time will go.
Exactly.
Right, okay, next and last. Dear Tolly and Audrey, my cousin introduced me to your podcast years ago, and boy, am I thankful. I love you both dearly. I look forward to a Wednesday every week as a form of escapism from the stresses of life. Wishing you both all the success and abundance blessing in life. Thank you. Also, Tolly, met you in person. You are so lovely and even more beautiful. Why, thank you. Been contemplating sending this dilemma in for a while. I'm sure compared to some of the other dilemmas you hear, this is a small girl problem, but I'm finally biting the bullet. I'm a 25-year-old girly pop going through a quarter-life crisis. Don't worry, we've been there. Yours is even early. Normally it starts about 27. Which is driving me insane. I followed the usual path of going to university, getting my degree. Since I graduated in 2023, I've been unable to get out of the never-ending cycles of retail jobs, and it's not due to lack of trying. I have done courses online, mentorship programs, even reached out to my network on LinkedIn, but nothing. I am so fearful that this will be my forever. And honestly, if this is all life has in store for me, I'm ready to wrap this shit up right now. The anxiety is crippling, and I'm just so angry with myself because who else is there to blame? I just constantly replay all my life decisions like, where did I go wrong and end up as a 25-year-old bum? I'm nowhere near to saving for a house, never been in a relationship and still a virgin. I just feel like I'm failing at doing life and watching everyone move forward, and I'm just stuck. Of course, I'm so happy for my friends, but oh, fuck them. Not every time you're sad, you have to say, please, you're allowed to be sad without saying, it's about you. I'm so happy for my friends, but when will it be my turn? These days, I'm just more insecure about myself and my abilities. Nothing I touch seems to flourish. I thought my 20s were supposed to be fun and light. Guess I missed the memo. So this dilemma is long, hoping you can provide some big sisterly love. Love you both. For context, I studied natural sciences at university, now trying to pivot into a career in marketing and communication. If you know anyone hiring entry-level jobs, please let me know where I can find them or where they can find me. Oh, baby, we've all been here. And not to scare you, it'll come again about something else. Even when you've got a job and you've got the money and you've got the thing, you'll be like, wait, everybody's doing this now. Oh, everybody's married now. Everyone's having kids now. there's going to be times to be like, oh my God, what is going on? I'm just here to say to you that you are going to be fine. And I know it feels like really like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But as someone who graduated from uni and like was looking for work or whatever and was like, wait, what is going on? You'll be fine.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
100%. The quarter life crisis is real.
It is real.
That's why it's got a name, if that helps.
Yeah.
That makes you feel better. Like it happens to all of us. Like we've all been there. And yours just feels heavier because you've said all of these things that you feel like you're kind of like falling short or falling behind in all of these different areas. But I feel like everything that you're saying, everything that you're doing is normal for 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had opportunities to have sex. Whatever it is, you've chosen not to have that. So you need to actually take the power back in that situation. Losing your virginity, you can do that tomorrow. But there's something in you that is meant that you haven't done that yet. So yeah,
and even if you
that.
haven't, okay.
Exactly so.
Like, who won an award from having sex?
Exactly.
Like, okay. Like,
Exactly.
Honestly, and I completely get it, especially like, God, I can't imagine being 25 and being, because you're seeing like people your age mates, like the influencers and this, that, and like they've bought a house, they've done this, they've done this. It is normal to not be in a position to buy a house at 25 in this economic state that we're in. Girl, of course you're not ready to buy a house at 25.
Exactly.
Like, of course you're not. The job market, like, and I think so many things, sometimes we forget those surrounding factors and think it's us. The economy is fucked. The job market is fucked.
Yep.
And it's not out of you being bad at your things. It's not out of you being whatless. It's not out of, even when it comes to love, the love economical state is disgusting.
Yeah, globally.
Like, so these are things that are happening, like factors that we consider, but we never don't. And I don't either. I'm like, it must be me. Oh, I must be the problem. And I'm just here to tell you that that's not the truth. You are battling so many things that is bigger than what you are. I don't know if you're a religious person, but honestly, my prayer for the last couple of months is, God, I need you to be a God of suddenly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, suddenly everything makes sense.
Instant,
suddenly
quickly,
this thing clicks. Suddenly things just click. And I believe in that. I believe that it's going to be my year of suddenly. Like after all of this feeling of like, I'm waiting, what's next, what am I going to do, blah, blah, blah. Suddenly things make sense. And I just want you to know that even if you're not religious, whatever, like things can change like that. Like something just happens, everything clicks into place.
Yep, I totally agree. And also 25, you're so young. Oh my God, like you've got all of the time in the world to make all of the mistakes.
Don't let anxiety stop you now. It's still coming.
Exactly. Do not let this anxiety thing cripple you and put that much pressure on yourself to the point where you start talking down on yourself and like, no, we're not gonna do that. Understand it's normal. I definitely think like in this day and age, it must be hard. Like seeing your peers have all of these big wins and all of these big accomplishments all of the time. That is not a reflection of the everyday person. I feel like there's more 25-year-olds that feel exactly the same way that you do than the ones that we see on the gram doing whatever. So if that is holding any weight in your life, remove that, because that is not a realistic comparison anyway. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's normal. I was exactly the same at 20. I can't even express. I was in retail. I was living at home. I was in a dead-end relationship that weren't going nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was exactly the same. I was applying for job after job after job after job. It took me so long. Yeah, 25. And I'd graduated.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I was doing.
Yeah, and I'd been graduated for 4 years and I still didn't have a job, but I was still very much working in retail then and still doing shifts at my bakery. Like, life was not all mapped out. So, you know, and the fact of the matter is you're actually doing stuff. Do you know what I mean? You're doing courses. All of those things will come in handy one day. You'll realise why you did them. But you're not sitting down being idle, doing up woe is me. But, you know, you've got so many strings to your boat and they will come in handy. You just have to be patient and just understand it's normal.
At 25, I definitely slept at my mum's house. 25, I'd just ended like a 10-year relationship. So I was like, yo, what goes on here? I was working in like, it was a job I had just before I applied for BuzzFeed. And yeah, I didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
I honestly just didn't have a clue. And 2 years later, we started this thing. Like, as in like, I had no idea that was going to come 2 years later. Like, didn't have a foggiest what I was doing. I was just applying. Like we spoke about it before, you apply so much, someone calls you back and I don't even remember what job this was.
Literally, it's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just know that if they're calling me, I must have liked it.
Let me double dare miss the 0287 number.
Oh my God.
If I saw 0287, I used to run to my phone straight away.
I would call it back. I'd just be like, hello.
Sorry, I just
missed your call. You're calling from where? Okay,
just keep going. God, just keep going. Even if you do that, you're doing 2 job applications a day. And like, and it's so annoying. Trust me, it really upset me too. But all the things they say actually works. Like going for a walk, like leaving your house. Like, I fuming, but yeah, it works. Like it genuinely works. That whole thing that they say depression and anxiety hates a moving target, they're right. Something about moving your body really, really works.
Yeah, they ain't lied.
Them endorphins they speak about, apparently it's true. So just give yourself a break. And as someone who is also, I'm a big worrier. So people say to me, just stop worrying. And it's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and how do I do that?
Yeah, but genuinely, just stop worrying.
Yeah, like, honestly, it'll be fine.
Like, genuinely stop worrying. And I promise you, I'm a huge worrier. But, okay, even the Bible says it. Those of you that worrying has added a day to your life, hands up. It doesn't exactly say that word for word, but close enough. It doesn't add anything to your life. So why carry on with it?
Agreed.
Okay, you're going to be all right, I promise you. And anybody who, what did she say her degree, she wants to tap into?
Natural sciences.
That was what her degree was, and she would like to now do marketing and communications. If anybody knows any marketing and communication jobs, entry level, please let us know. I started at uni.
Sign up to Patreon. Trust me, the girlies in there.
The girlies are helping each other.
They're helping each other.
You don't be a bum. Don't be a bulldog. Someone just told you that they're not working. Send them to sign up to have to pay for.
My bad, yeah.
Why don't you sponsor their year Patreon?
I will do that for you.
And I swear, do you know I'll take the money from you?
I will do it. I promise you.
Like,
email your details and I will pay for your
not
Patreon.
Me giving Audrey.
No, I should really do some good.
Not me being like,
no, but for real, I will actually do that. So you can find community of, like-minded people who help each other out all the time.
Yeah.
I will happily do that. I've got ITVX, no ads that I pay for.
Balling!
So, I mean...
Do you when I knew you had too much money? Can I say it?
Yeah, go on.
When you said you paid £100 for delivery and delivery.
Oh, yeah.
As in that she paid in a year advance. Who was paid for a year's subscription and delivery? I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah, you can. You pay £100 and then you get free delivery all year. But I use it so much I'm getting my money's worth because I was definitely spending more than £100 a year on delivery.
Also, they're cheeky. I paid £9.95 for my ASOS free delivery for the year.
For the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, £100. But we've got to remember, this is not just groceries. It's takeaway. It's because remember I use
£100 is steep.
Because also, because listen, this is not an ad, but on Deliveroo, I've gotten like medication on there. I've bought wigs on there. I've bought bundles on there. I've bought hair gel on there. I've bought hair dye on there. Anything I need. I bought Anaya's Christmas presents on there, for God's sake.
Crazy.
So I be using
That
it.
is crazy.
I use that. I use it. So I'm 100% because every time you do an individual shop, it's £3, £4, £4.95 here for this delivery. Some of my things are coming from a distance.
I guess if you're using it that much.
I'm using it that much, I guarantee you.
To be fair,
not at the moment, because I've given it up for
I'm really cheap about delivery. If delivery is more than £2.95, I don't want it.
If it's more than what I'm ordered, which is often the case, then
even when I buy clothes or things online, I'm like, why is delivery that much money? The worst is when you buy like something expensive and then we're like, delivery is £5.99. I'm like, sorry.
Exactly. You couldn't even throw in
They're
a
giving
little,
a little
cheeky
free
little freebie.
delivery.
Yeah, that's cheeky.
I don't like that. Anyway, that is it for this episode of the Receipts podcast.
Sorry.
Hope you guys had a good time. What did we talk about? What's the breakdown?
We talked about friendships. We talked about Charles and
Camilla.
We talked about school nosebleeds.
The best times in the world.
What a time. Yeah, we went all around the houses.
We talked.
Ultimately,
we talked. I've been your girl, Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey.
Bye.